Group buy programs, neighborhood collective bargaining for roof replacements. What if I told you that your neighbors could help you save thousands on your roof replacement without cutting a single corner on quality? This is already happening in neighborhoods across New Jersey, and contractors aren't exactly advertising it. Here's the situation you're probably in right now. Your roof is 18, maybe 20 years old. You know it needs replacement soon. You've been putting it off because the quotes feel overwhelming. $15,000, $20,000, sometimes more. Meanwhile, your neighbors are in the exact same position, same sticker shock, same timeline. All are planning to replace their roofs within the next 2 to 3 years. What if, instead of negotiating a loan, you combined forces? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how group buy roofing programs work, what kind of savings are realistic, and whether this strategy makes sense for your street. More importantly, you'll know how to organize it correctly so you don't end up in a coordination nightmare. What neighborhood collective bargaining actually is and why it works. Group buy programs, sometimes called neighborhood collective bargaining, allow homeowners in the same area to bundle their roof replacement projects together and negotiate as a single client with roofing contractors. Instead of each homeowner getting individual quotes and haggling alone, the group commits to multiple roofs at once in exchange for better per home pricing. Think of it like bulk shipping. If you're a contractor and you have to drive your crew and equipment to 8 different towns over 8 weeks, that's 8 separate mobilizations: travel time, fuel, equipment setup, permit coordination, material deliveries to different addresses. Every single one of those costs money and eats into your day. But if all 8 roofs are on the same street, you set up once. Your material supplier drops everything off in one trip. Your crew doesn't waste time driving between jobs. Those efficiencies are real cost savings, and contractors are willing to pass some of that savings on to homeowners because the job becomes more profitable and easier to manage. This is important because when you're negotiating a loan, you have limited bargaining power. The contractor knows you need the work done. They know you're comparing maybe 2 to 3 other quotes. You're one homeowner with one roof. Let me give you a real example. I worked with a neighborhood in Edison a few years ago. 6 homes, all built in the same development in 1998, all with the same roof design. They came to me as a group. I was able to offer them a large per home discount compared to my standard pricing, and I still made better margins than I would have on 6 individual jobs spread across different neighborhoods. Why? Because I ordered materials in one bulk shipment from my supplier. My crew stayed in one location for a straight week with no drive time. We were also able to share dumpsters, and permitting was coordinated in a single batch with the township. Everybody won. That's the foundation of how this works. It's not magic. It's not a gimmick. It's eliminating inefficiency and splitting the savings between the contractor and the homeowner. The 3 big cost savings homeowners actually get. First, there's the material cost reduction. Roofing suppliers offer volume discounts to contractors. If I'm ordering shingles, underlayment, and flashing for one roof, I pay standard wholesale pricing. But if I'm ordering enough material for 8 roofs at once, I get a bulk rate that will add up to a significantly large discount overall. That savings gets passed to the homeowner group because the contractor still makes their margin, but on a lower material cost base. Second, labor efficiency equals lower labor cost per roof. My crew's labor cost doesn't drop, but their productivity increases. When they're working on the same street for 2 weeks, they're not moving their tools and ladders each morning to a new job site. They're not wasting time figuring out a new neighborhood's parking situation or dealing with different township inspectors. Setup and teardown happen once. That means each individual roof gets completed faster, and I can price labor more competitively because my overhead per job drops. What used to take 2 days per roof might take 1 day because the crew is in a rhythm. The materials are right there, and there's no downtime between projects. Third, reduced mobilization and logistics costs. Every roofing job has hidden costs that homeowners don't see, like dumpster delivery, equipment transport, scaffolding setup, permits, insurance certificates for each address. When I'm doing one roof, those costs are baked into that single project. When I'm doing 8 roofs on one street, I split those costs across the group. One dumpster serves multiple homes. One equipment trailer stays parked in the same spot. One permit batch. The per cost of all that drops significantly. Here's what this means for you as a homeowner. If a typical roof replacement in your area costs $18,000 to $22,000, a well-organized group buy program might save you thousands per home, depending upon the size of the group and the scope of work. This is the economic reality that makes group buying work. It's not about asking a contractor to do you a favor. It's about creating a scenario where the contractor makes more money on a more efficient project. and you pay less because the waste is gone. Why this isn't just about saving money, it's about reducing stress. Let's start with streamlined decision making. When you're replacing your roof alone, you're researching shingle brands, comparing warranties, trying to understand ventilation specs, and second-guessing every decision. Is architectural better than 3-tab? What's the difference between a 30-year and a 50-year warranty? Do I need ice and water shield on the whole roof or just the eaves? When you're part of a neighborhood group, you make those decisions together. You compare notes. You share research. Someone in the group probably knows someone who had a bad experience with a certain product. You're not figuring this out in isolation, and that reduces decision fatigue. Think of it like planning a group vacation instead of planning a solo trip. You still have to make decisions, but you're not carrying the entire burden yourself. Second, faster project completion. Because the contractor is working on multiple homes in the same area, scheduling is coordinated. Instead of your roof taking 3 to 4 days with potential weather delays, stretching it to 2 weeks, the crew is committed to your street. They're not bouncing between other jobs. If it rains on Tuesday, they're back on Wednesday morning because they're already there. The timeline is compressed and more predictable. You're not wondering when the crew is coming back or if they forgot about you because they took on another job across the town. Third, consistent material selection and aesthetic cohesion. If you live in a HOA or a tight-knit neighborhood, you probably care about curb appeal. When multiple homes replace their roofs at once, you can coordinate colors and styles so the street looks cohesive. This isn't just vanity. It actually protects everyone's home values. A block of homes with mismatched aging roofs looks neglected. A block of homes with new, coordinated roofs looks well-maintained and desirable. That matters when you go to sell. And fourth, shared information and collective vetting. One of the biggest fears homeowners have is hiring the wrong contractor. When you're part of a group, you're not relying on one online review or one sales pitch. You're collectively vetting the contractor. You ask harder questions as a group. You demand clearer contracts. You hold them accountable together. If one person spots a red flag, everyone benefits. That's powerful. That emotional benefit is real. Roof replacement is intimidating when you're doing it by yourself. It's way less intimidating when you're doing it alongside people who are going through the exact same thing. The challenges nobody talks about and how to avoid them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Group buy roof programs can go wrong. And when they do, it's usually because of one of 3 things. Challenge number 1, agreement on materials, colors, and timelines. Here's the reality. Not everyone wants the same thing. One homeowner wants architectural shingles and charcoal. Another one wants Camelot shingles and antique slate. One person wants the project done in May. Another can't start until August because of a family vacation. Here's how to handle it. Before you approach any contractor, hold a preliminary meeting with all interested neighbors. Agree on a range of acceptable materials. Not one exact product, but a range. We'll all use architectural shingles, and we'll choose from several approved color options. Set a realistic timeline window that works for the majority. If someone's timeline is wildly different, or they want a completely custom setup, they might need to opt out, and that's okay. It's better to have a smaller committed group than a large group with conflicting priorities. Challenge number 2, one person delays or withdraws. This is the nightmare scenario. You've got 10 homes committed. The contractor prices everything, assuming 10 roofs. Then, 2 weeks before the project starts, one homeowner backs out because they changed their mind, or they didn't get financing approved, or they decided to wait another year. Here's how to handle it. Require a signed commitment agreement before final pricing is locked in. This doesn't have to be a legal contract, though some groups do use one. It can be as simple as, I, state your name, commit to proceeding with roof replacement as part of this group project, contingent on final pricing not exceeding X dollars. I understand that withdrawing after a certain date may affect pricing for the entire group. Get everyone to sign it. If someone isn't willing to commit in writing, they're not serious, and you don't want them in the group. A verbal, yeah, I'm interested, is not a commitment. A signature is. Challenge number 3. Contractor quality, individual warranties, and insurance. Just because you're negotiating as a group doesn't mean you should accept a group contract that treats everyone as one entity. Each home is different. Each roof might have different underlying issues. And if something goes wrong, a leak, improper flashing, warranty claim, you need individual protection. Here's how to handle it. Insist on individual contracts for each homeowner, even if the pricing is group negotiated. Each contract should specify the scope of work for that specific home, the materials being used, the warranty terms, and the contractor's insurance coverage. Every homeowner should receive their own certificate of insurance naming them individually. Do not accept a single group contract that makes everyone jointly responsible if one home has an issue. That's a disaster waiting to happen. I've seen group buy programs work beautifully, and I've seen them implode. The difference is always the same organization and commitment. If your neighborhood is full of motivated, communicative homeowners who trust each other and are willing to compromise on minor preferences for the greater good, this can be an amazing experience. If your neighborhood has a lot of indecisive people, or folks who are interested but not ready, or someone who insists on being the exception to every rule, it's going to be a headache. Be honest about your group's dynamics before you start, because a poorly organized group buy program is worse than just negotiating on your own. How to actually organize a group buy roofing program, step by step. Okay, so let's say you're interested. How do you actually do this? Let me walk you through the process. Step 1, gauge interest and identify a point person. Start informally. Walk around your neighborhood and talk to neighbors or start a text thread. Hey, I'm thinking about replacing my roof in the next 6 to 12 months. I know a few other homes on the street are in the same boat. Would you be interested in exploring a group discount if we all did it together? You're not committing anyone to anything. You're just seeing if there is interest. Once you have 4 to 6 people interested, pick one person to be the point of contact. This doesn't mean they're in charge of everything. It just means they're the one coordinating communication with contractors. Step 2, hold a planning meeting. Get everyone together. Backyard barbecue, someone's living room, doesn't matter. Discuss what's our timeline, what's our budget range, what style and color preferences do we have? Are we all doing full replacements, or are some people just doing repairs? Do we need any special work? Skylights, solar panel removal, structural repairs. What's important to understand is the goal here is to get alignment on the big stuff, so you're not wasting time with a group that isn't actually aligned. If you can't agree on the basics in this meeting, you're not ready to move forward. Step 3, vet and invite contractors to bid. Do not just go with the first contractor who offers a group discount. Vet them like you would any major contractor. Check references, verify licensing and insurance. Look at recent work. A good contractor will appreciate the clarity. A bad contractor will try to rush you into a decision or avoid giving individual assessments. That's a red flag. Step 4, review bids collectively and make a group decision. Have another meeting. Compare bids side by side. Don't just look at price, look at materials, warranty, timeline, and contractor reputation. If the cheapest bid is from a contractor with sketchy reviews, that's a red flag. Make the decision together. Majority rules. But if someone isn't comfortable with the group choice, they can opt out. Better now than mid-project. Step 5, sign individual contracts and confirm the schedule. Once you've chosen a contractor, each homeowner signs their own contract. The contractor should provide a master schedule showing homes get done in one order, usually determined by logistics, not favoritism. Confirm payment terms, material delivery dates, and inspection schedules. Every homeowner should know exactly when the roof is getting done and what the payment structure looks like. Step 6, designate a communication lead during the project. Once work starts, designate one person as the original point person, or have someone else serve as the main contact for the contractor. This prevents the contractor from getting 8 different phone calls about the same question. If someone has an issue with their specific roof, they can still contact the contractor directly, but general project updates go through the lead. This means that if the material delivery is delayed, the lead communicates that to everyone. One message, not 8 separate conversations. Step 7, final walkthrough and warranty documentation. Each homeowner should do a final walkthrough with the contractor before making the final payment. Check the work. Make sure cleanup is complete. Confirm that you've received all warranty paperwork and care instructions. That's the process. And it's not complicated, but it does require organization and follow through. If your group can execute these 7 steps, you're going to have a smooth experience and real savings. So here's what we covered today. Neighborhood collective bargaining for roof replacements works great because it eliminates inefficiency, gives homeowners real negotiating power, and makes the whole process less stressful when it's done right. You get real savings per home without sacrificing quality. But it only works if your group is organized, committed, and willing to compromise on minor preferences for the greater good. We've coordinated neighborhood roofing programs across North Jersey and Pennsylvania, and we handle everything from the initial assessment to the final warranty handoff. You can schedule a free consultation at fortifiedroofing.com. And yes, we'll come out and assess your entire street if there's enough interest. No pressure, just information. Now, one thing I didn't cover today is what happens if your roof has hidden damage that the group program doesn't account for, like rotted decking or structural issues that only show up once the old shingles come off. That can derail your pricing and your timeline if you're not prepared. In my next video, I'm breaking down the hidden roof problems that only get discovered mid-project, how to budget for them, and how to make sure your contractor isn't using unforeseen damage as an excuse to jack up the price. Make sure you watch that video next.